Now that is pretty cool.
Today, Chris gets his generator mod up and running. He says that's all that's left is to give it a little window dressing. I'm guessing that he'll explain what that means later.
Not too shabby at all. Do you guys hear that? Nothing. I mean, no traffic. It's quiet as all get out. Oh man, look at the clouds. It is such a nice day. It has cooled off so much, and folks are really starting to leave the parks. Yeah, it's gonna be a hot one, but not today, I hope. Have you ever come up with an idea that you thought would be probably pretty good to help fix a problem or a potential problem? And when you kind of thought about it, you thought, well, it might be a little challenging, but it's doable. Well, that's been me over these last few days, working on a fix for a problem that doesn't really exist, but is a potential as far as our generator. And that's the heat here in Arizona. It's getting warmer every day. And that generator compartment gets smoking hot. So I thought about taking an 8-inch radiator fan, cheap Chinese one, and sticking it on the underside of the generator to blow cool air up into the side that has a fan in it already to help exhaust the heat from the side that has the headers and the end of the headers and the muffler. So I started out collecting all the parts that I thought I would need. That included a cheap motor, a 12-volt fan motor, an 8-inch one, all of the fittings for the electrical that I thought might come in handy, double-checked the wire gauges that I would need, ordered in a relay switch to make sure that the supply wires coming to it for the control switch were low voltage and the wires were low amperage, and the wires that were powering the fan would be high enough to do it. Started researching everything on YouTube, found a bunch of schematics. I'm not really an engineer, so reading schematics is a little trying, but I was working my way through it. And then realized I had to crawl under the RV that didn't give me more than just a few inches of extra room to work with. That's when the videoing part kind of went by the wayside for a little while. So what this video is going to be about is showing you the aftermath and how it came out. Yeah, it was more difficult than I thought, but I did get it done, and it's sitting there ready to work right now, but I still need to finish up, put a polish on it. So I've got to order in some conduit, and I'm going to use the flexible, either the nylon or the probably the flame resistant kind, to put around all the wires that I had to use to get this job done. And I'll show you part of that process. Talk to you again in a minute. Now that we're kind of out of the wind, let me show you what it is that I was doing. I put the fan in a spot where I didn't think it would hinder the Onan's onboard cooling system. It does have its own circular fan in there, the kind of like a squirrel cage, that helps to cool that particular part of the Onan off. When I was satisfied, I went ahead and did some minor metal cutting and test fitment and placing of where I would put the relay and run the wires, as well as drill a small 1/4-inch hole into the bottom of the compartment to run one of the hot wires out to the motor itself. And looked like it was all going to work out fairly well. Now to build, for lack of a better term, my wiring harness. I had to run wires from the relay to a power source and to the switch, which already had the bilge blower on it, and run heavier gauge wires and with a little bit more power out to the fan that I was going to put underneath the Onan. So we tested once I got that done, we went ahead and tested the relay, the fan, the switch, and the placement to see if everything worked. And yeah, it did. It seemed to work just fine. Yeah, I was kind of surprised myself. But our big test is going to be on one of these hot summer days here in Arizona, the afternoons, when we usually lose power in one of the parks, to see if it actually does aid in cooling the generator down. Even if it's just a little bit more, I'll feel like I've been successful. We'll definitely keep you posted on how everything turns out. In the meantime, please travel safe. Do you guys hear that? It's nothing. It's quiet as all get out. Our main street's usually extremely noisy out in front, but it's super quiet today. But it's Easter Sunday. What a nice reprieve. This is pretty neat. There's not even any wind. Usually I'm bucking a cacophony of noise. This is cool. And the park is pretty well emptying out. We move next week. Kind of looking forward to it. We get to see Paul again before he goes. Heads back up north. And just settle into another long, hot summer. Talk to you guys in a little bit. Have you guys ever thought about disabling all those annoying YouTube ads that show up on our videos? Well, there is a way you can do that, but it involves becoming an insider, going to our Patreon page and signing up, and then being able to see what it's like to have the video play all the way through without any commercial interruptions. The other advantage to that is that you'll get to see it 24 hours in advance. Yep, a whole day before anybody else gets a chance to look at it. And to top it off, if you've been around with the insiders for just a little bit of time, you'll actually get yourself a nice piece of swag. Something that you can let everybody know that you're a supporter of this channel. Thank you guys. It's so wonderful to see you here all the time. And in the meantime, thank you so much for becoming subscribers, for watching our videos, and for liking them as well. Don't forget the hype. It helps us out too. Tell your friends, have a good time, and we hope you enjoy our YouTube channel as much as we've enjoyed bringing them to you. Talk to you later. Bye.